chase the sun.
We knew it was coming, and we prepared as best as we could. Got a new generator, bought as much gas as we could for the generator, have some wood ready for the fireplace, and get as much water as humanly possible. The Weather Service issued a night storm warning, a winter storm warning, and an extreme cold warning for our area.
And then that pink, that is what we do not want to see. That is that freezing rain stretching from Corinth all the way to Tupelo and finally making its way into Oxford. That's our big concern in our big area that's going to be picking up the most ice.
And then it started coming down, slowly but surely. We were hoping it wouldn't be as bad as the weather forecast predicted, but we were preparing for the worst.
I'm out here. There's the house. There's the trailer. It is sleeting. And our road is frozen. This is how our road looks. I'm the only one here on the road. No one else has traveled down the road so far. I don't think the mailman came today.
While my wife was making the most of this moment, my take on the situation was totally different.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all can see it, but it's definitely some ice. You can hear the trees. It's windy. And it just sounds so sinister right now. And we still got another 20-something hours of this left. It's not doing too much right now. Hopefully it doesn't do too much more, but I know we're supposed to have precipitation. I know at least for the next 15, 18 hours for sure.
At this point, I know we're going to lose power, but for how long will the power be out? Our house is electric only, so if the power is out for an extended period of time, our plan will be to hunker down in the J-nest. We also got all of our power banks charged and ready and settled in for what was going to be a long, cold night. We got up the next morning and witnessed not a winter wonderland, but an ice box filled with broken tree limbs, no power, and no way out.
It's about 9 o'clock, close to 9. We don't have power. We hadn't had power since between 5:20 and 6 o'clock. It's still sleeting out here, freezing rain. We lost a lot of branches. We got a lot of sagging tree limbs right now. Look at this. Yeah, it's kind of rough. Wow. Time I turned the camera on, one just snapped and fell. So it is definitely dangerous out here. You do not need to be outside under the tree. I'm standing under my carport. Yeah, it's for real. And I have a lot of cleaning up to do when everything gets back right. Trying to stay away from under the trees while I survey. Look at this. There's our apple tree that's frozen. Old 6 is gone. Got a big old limb on top of the house. Big one that actually crashed right there. Fell on the power line, but it didn't knock the power line out. Spinning with the icicles. That's crazy. Huge one right there. That ain't a small one on top of the house. Luckily, this part didn't hit the lines. On the little branches part hit the lines. The lines are good as of now, from what I can tell. And we lost a branch over here.
As you see the trees, it is ice because it's really, I'm not sinking, it's ice. And see all the trees that came down and they still iced up. Look at that. Good thing we cut down those trees on that riverbank right there. This is the oak tree that we have over here on the other side of the house. And not many branches then fell off of that. Yep, there we go. Winter storm 2026 here in Mississippi, in North Mississippi. You see this thick ice we got? You see, Julian? We're not sinking. It's all solid. What do you think the temperature is, Mr. Presley? We're running around 20 degrees. This is Sunday morning, about 9 o'clock, about 9:05, 9:10. And as you see, look at that. All these pecan trees are dropping branches like water. All right, good morning.
Yeah, you can tell that my wife is a little bit concerned about the situation. That smile ain't as big as it usually is.
If you see, this is our road. It is solid ice. I mean, yesterday it was just a thinner layer, but it is thick now. Now we're walking on the road, and there is a tree branch that has fell. There it is, right there. It's in the road a little. Oh, not a little. It's in the road. There's another branch falling. Look at that. You saw that?
Yeah, it's sleeping pretty bad now. Goodness. Alright, I'm going back in.
One major thing I forgot to do was cover up the valve to the propane tank. I was able to knock the ice off the valve so we could turn on the propane, but we'd have been in a world of hurt if I couldn't open that valve, or damage the valve trying to open it, knocking off the ice. But even in the midst of all of this treachery, my wife still threw down on a delicious dinner. This is day 2 of the winter storm aftermath and around 14 hours of no power. Good morning. It's amazing how beautiful it is in spite of this situation. It's been about 26 hours since we've lost power at this point.
Good morning. The sun is shining. This is day 3 of the ice storm, and as you see, the sun is out. The temperatures are probably about 19 degrees, 20 to 19 degrees, feeling like 11 degrees. But it is a beautiful morning. I'm gonna turn my camera around and let you see what's going on. Here I'm walking by the truck, and you see it's all iced over. The sun is melting the ice, as you see. Things are dripping, things are dropping. And as you see, look at those icicles that have fell. Julian was able to come out and crank the van this morning. We were not able to open the doors of the van earlier, but the sun has melted the door handles, and we're able to open the doors. As you see, our road is still iced over. There have been some people coming through on in their trucks and side-by-sides and things like that, and Jeeps. Earlier, there was yesterday, a farmer came through, and they were riding in the fields. But as you see, it's really slick. I'm walking, being very careful not to slip, because it is very slippery. It is melting. You see it's melting on this side of the truck. As the sun moves, it'll melt off on the other side. There's our power cord that we usually keep connected to the house. As you see, it is frozen and buried. Look at that. You can't even see. See how thick this ice is? You can't even see where the cord is. You see that? Pretty crazy. And these are all the branches that have fell so far. And there's Amigo. Hello, Amigo. How you doing, Amigo? He is doing what cats do. As you see, we do have plenty of wood for the fireplace. Hey, how you doing? Hey, what you doing? What you doing? What you doing? We have this generator. We're using it to run power to the house to keep the refrigerator running. We cycle it on for a couple of hours, then turn it off. And we also are providing heat in the house. We have a little heater that we have plugged up to it also. And of course, we got the generator for the travel trailer on standby, ready to go. Got a small generator. Look at all those trees that's down. And of course, we got more wood. We ready. More wood. Gas tanks on standby. So we're good. Don't be trying to steal our generator. Yep, this is what we at right now. Ice Storm 2026. You did your thing. But we are here and we are warm, safe, and surviving. All right. So that has been our home during this storm. We have went out to the travel trailer and enjoyed it. And still enjoying it. It has been a lifesaver.
It's crazy to think that all of this ice is in Mississippi.
Look at this wonderland over there. Look at those trees. All frozen. That's pretty cool. And I'm going to turn my camera around. Listen at those trees.
My wife has really cozied up in the J Nest. She's learned to let go and let God, and honestly, we're doing just fine right now. I, on the other hand, was anxious and antsy, and despite the fact that there was absolutely nothing I can do and no way I can go anywhere, I could not rest. I could not enjoy the moment. I didn't appreciate this solitude, and I'm an introvert. But the droning from the generator has reminded me that I better start thinking about our gas situation. And if the power doesn't come back on tonight, we might have to slip and slide to the gas station tomorrow. And this is the end of day 3, and we've gone 36 hours with no power at this point. It's day 4 in this ice box, and whatever was melting yesterday has frozen again last night. It's another pretty day today. And the J Nest is keeping us nice and comfy. But right now we have a situation. At this point we're at 55 hours without power, and we're bingo fuel for the generator. Time for us to make our way to the nearest gas station, which is 6 miles from home. Alrighty, we about to go over the bridge over the Tallahatchie River on Dummy Line. It is a mess. Look at this. We even got branches down both sides. That's crazy. Luckily, there been enough people to kind of clear a little path. Even though they had to cut it. Yeah, look at these trees. Cut them back. Yeah, now we actually going over to Tallahatchie now. Yes. Yep, there she goes. Look at that. Look at that view. It's crazy. Yeah, it was no joke. This is crazy. Look at all of this. That tree down right there. Probably had to move it out the way. Look at that tree. That tree isn't snapped. This tree unfolded over. This part of Dummy Line is still ice. You can't see the road here at all. Alright, we at the top of the hill. And it's tough. It's rough. It's tough. And we got probably the hardest thing. Let's go around this curve. You good?
Yep, I'm good.
It took us approximately 25 minutes to travel 6 miles, And when we got to the gas station, that power was out as well. So now we gotta try our luck and drive another 5 miles to the city limits.
I had to come to Batesville because the other gas station is closed. And that Circle K is, man, it's gone.
The weight of the ice caused the canopy to collapse. This ice storm is catastrophic, to say the least.
This tree, normally about 100 feet tall in Batesville, Mississippi, you can see branches sagging, others snapped under the weight of ice.
I just wish they get this power on.
Mississippi's governor has now deployed the National Guard throughout the state to help with recovery efforts from this weekend's ice storm. You see the aftermath.
I'm here in Panola County near the rest area on I-55 just south of Batesville. As you can see behind me, road conditions are still not favorable for travel. If you do not have to be on the roadway, please do not be on the roadway. As the sun goes down, the temperatures will decrease, making for even more treacherous conditions. Again, if you don't have to be on the highway, please stay home.
Those who are lucky enough to have generators worry that they will have to rely on them for days or weeks to come.
Hello once again from the freezer. It's day 5 with this ice, and it's been about 75 hours since we lost power. Fortunately, we were able to get gas for the generator, and thankfully, we're very slowly thawing out. Since we're still pretty much stuck at home, my wife decided to bake a cake using the Omnia stovetop oven.
Oh my goodness. It looks wonderful. All right, first cake in the Omni stove. It came out perfect. I really oiled that pan. So we're letting it cool a little bit more. Y'all have to excuse. I didn't get it all on the plate, but it's on the plate. But it's going to be good. And then I'll come back when I show you when I finish putting the icing on it. All right, it's looking good. Omni stove for the win again. All right, here's the finished result of the cake. I made a funfetti vanilla cake, and it is pretty. All right, we're at day 5 of no power, and day 4 of no power, and I had to get the sun is out, so I got my generator out and my solar panel to charge. So I'm gonna turn my camera around and let you see what we got going on. This is the first time we actually had to use it. Our solar panels without plugging it in and only using the solar power. As you see, the snow is still on the ground here. Here's my panels. I got the generator up here on the truck. And if you look really, really close, it is charging. That's where we are right now. There's Amigo. Let's hope he don't mess with anything. As you know, cats are very curious. They always trying new things, like little spaces. Hello, Amigo. Hello. So I'll go for a little walk while this is charging. Crunchy is not as slippery as before. It's trying to melt away. All right. All right, I want to show you that my solar panels to my EcoFlow power station, the small one here, it charged it to 100%. I was at about 60%. It charged within an hour and a half. I think that's pretty awesome. All right, EcoFlow and solar panels for the win. All right, now we got power for the night. All right, see you later.
And forward of that, and we kicked these soldiers out. We thought we would kick them out to these forward operating bases by this morning, but we actually got most of them out yesterday afternoon.
We sat in our minivan and listened to Super Talk Radio to see if there was any more news about this winter storm situation and what, if any, relief would be available. However, nothing much changed in our situation. Day 6 came and went, and at the start of day 7, we were 123 hours without power. But around 10:30 that morning, a glimmer of hope was seen out of the window in the form of a John Deere tractor.
All right, the counties are plowing our roads now. So this is the first day they've been out, and they are plowing the roads. Thank the Lord.
And before the end of the day, after surviving over 129 hours without power, the lights came back on. We thank God for the lights coming back on. We thank God for bringing us through this ice storm. And we also thank God for our J-Nest. It really made our situation more comfortable. Eventually, the roads became safe to drive on. We dug our way out of the remaining ice that just refused to loosen its grip, and the power grid came back on for everyone, although some people were without power for several weeks. And even though I had to go to work for 9 days straight to make sure all of our customer orders were made, that pales in comparison to all of the linemen and the tree cutters who struggle all day and all night to get the power grid back online for everyone. I can't even imagine what they were going through. All I can say is thank you. Thank you very much. We hope you enjoyed this ice cold video of the Jaybird literally saving my sanity from this epic winter storm. I pray that we never have to go through that again. Please be sure to like, share, subscribe, hype up this video, and be on the lookout for the next Jaybird adventure. Y'all be safe and be blessed. Peace.